Hello and welcome to Season 5, Episode 8 of the Crochet Luna Vlogcast. My name is Claudia and I'm coming to you from the San Diego area in Southern California. I have lots to share with you today on this episode, so let's get started. Welcome to any new viewers. If you are watching me for the first time, I just want to let you know that I am a crochet-centric blogcaster, and I sometimes share a little bit of knitting, sometimes some sewing, but mostly what I share with you is my journey in crochet. For my returning viewers, I'm so happy to see you guys again. Thank you for all your comments on the last episode. I really appreciate the support and the engagement, and I'm hoping to grow that going forward. Last week, you guys really helped me to make a decision. I showed 3 sweater patterns and I really couldn't make up my mind as to which pattern to choose, and I think that you guys definitely had some favorites. There was 2 that were definitely the favorites. One was the jean pullover, which was this one right here. Hopefully you can see that. And the second one was a half and half sweater. Both of these patterns are by the same designer. This is the other one right here. And this designer, her handle is Nothing Usual. And her name is Liliana Buce-Chmelko, which I will probably keep butchering until I'm done with the patterns actually, because what I decided was that I still couldn't make up my mind, so I'm going to crochet both. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But definitely I will tell you that the jean pullover is the pattern that I started with, and I really just totally got into working this pattern. As you can see, I kept some tallies. I kept the tally of the votes. So this sweater pattern got 10 votes, and then the jean pullover got 6 votes. Right there, 6 votes. So I was really excited to get started on the jean pullover, and luckily enough, I had yarn in my stash that I thought would look perfect. And so yeah, I think I crocheted on it on starting last Wednesday. I'm recording this on Monday, hopefully to upload it for you guys tomorrow, Tuesday. And I started on the Wednesday and worked on it, I think, almost every single day last week. And so I did something, I don't know why, I can't tell you why I was prompted to do this, but I decided to work the front panel of the sweater before the back panel. And in the pattern, it has you start with the back panel and then you work the front panel. And I don't know why I decided that I know why. It was because I needed to figure out if I was going to have enough yarn to finish that front panel, because I thought I was going to have to do some yarn management, which I think in the end I had enough yarn. But anyway, one of the reasons I thought it was important to upload this episode is in case some of you were going to go buy this pattern. I will tell you that I think that there is some errors in the pattern. Well, I feel like I've encountered one significant error in the pattern, and it's not in the crocheting of the front panel, but I think it's in the stitch count, or the stitches in the back panel. The way that the designer wants you to do them does not match the stitch count that she has for the particular size. I worked a size large, and if you go to the Ravelry page, there are no other patterns, but I did find a comment that was asking sort of like, hey, I'm having problems with the stitch count. Can anyone help? So I think that this is a problem in the pattern.
I went ahead and sent the designer a message on Ravelry on, I believe, Saturday night. I'm not expecting a designer to answer me on the weekend, to be honest with you. So I wasn't really stressed out about her not answering me, but hopefully she will, because I think this is a lovely pattern. And because of my experience in crocheting, I was able sort of to figure out, I think, what would be the fix for it. So I went ahead and did the back panel based on my calculations. I would say that if you bought the pattern, you want to get started, the stitches are super simple. There's nothing complicated about it. And you want some assistance, I would say DM me. You know, you can send me an email to my email address, which is down below. You can send me a Ravelry message. You can DM me on Instagram, and I will share with you what I did to fix the issue so that you can complete the pattern. But yeah, you know, often that happens, and what the hope is that when you contact a designer and you tell them that there is an issue with the pattern, that they will go ahead and offer the pattern support, which, like I said, I don't expect a designer to email me back, you know, when I've emailed you Saturday night. But hopefully she will get back to me, and I will share that with you guys. But in the meantime, if you bought the pattern, if you're crocheting, like I said, I'm crocheting a size large. I think I have the fix for it, so that don't let that stop you. And it might be the same fix for all the different sizes. It's just that I'm doing the large size. Luckily enough, I went stash diving and found a yarn that I really, really liked. And I think it's worked out well. So like I said, I've been crocheting on this thing like non-stop, and I'll show you this is pre-blocked, so it's not blocked yet. So this is my jean pullover. This is the front panel. I didn't see any issues with the stitch count in the front panel. So this is your front panel. And then I thought I was going to run out of yarn, so I kind of did a design element that I thought worked really well, which is actually inspired by the half and half sweater. I did some color blocking in the back. So as you can see, and the colors are a lot more vibrant than what you're seeing on the screen right now. That's a little bit more truer to the color. This is like a really deep purple, and this is like a chartreusey color. So I kind of did a color blocking in the back, and here's the front. And then I'm going to work on the sleeves. It works up really quick, I will tell you that. And it's quite cropped, which I was just going to do it per the pattern. And I found that I have a pair of pants that I think will work with this crop version. But I really want to make another one just a little bit longer. That's how much I love the way that this worked up. And like I said, it's a simple, stitches are not complicated. I use this yarn that I had in stash, which is Cascade Yarns, Cascade 220 in the Heather's colorway. This is the label. So I thought this worked out really well. The gauge, we know what I did is I actually crocheted based on what I thought would fit me. I didn't do a gauge swatch. I don't think that there's gauge information on the pattern. Let me see. Oh, there is. There is gauge information on the pattern. I apologize. There is gauge information on the pattern. I think, it's really hard for me to
it's really hard for me to be critical of a pattern. But I will say that the pattern doesn't include like a diagram. Usually what you're seeing nowadays with a lot of garment patterns is you see a diagram with dimensions of the different portions of the garment. That's not on there. I think the only dimension that's on here is the bust. That's the only dimension that I see on here. The other thing is, and I just think that for a pattern like this, I think if you're an intermediate crochet, or if you're someone who's comfortable crocheting garments, you have the experience crocheting a garment, I think you'll be fine. But for example, there's no instructions on how to attach the sleeves to the garment. So it's like sort of like you got to gauge it. And I don't know, I think there was some information on this pattern that would have, had it been included, would have made it a little bit more beginner friendly, in my opinion. That being said, I think it's still a lovely pattern. Like I said, I'm already planning to make another one. I think this is like super cute. I just wish there would have been a little bit more guidance. I mean, I figured it out, but like I said, I feel like I have some experience in crocheting garments and things like that. And it was no big deal, but I did have to take time to figure out the issue with the back panel. So I wouldn't discourage you from making this garment. I just want to let you know that, one, I think there's an issue with the stitch count, and two, it's not a pattern that's going to really hold your hand in that sense, of letting you know very specific things that you commonly see in garment patterns. But, you know, it is what it is. And I think this might have been one of our earlier designs too. Like, I've designed 2 patterns, and I know that eventually I need to go back and really refine those patterns and rework the charts, because I actually just hand designed the charts on those patterns. There's a lot of like things that I want to do with the 2 patterns that I have, and like going forward, that I think will make the patterns a lot more like visually nicer. I think the information is fine. I think that they're written fine. Plenty of people have made them. But I just think that I can do better, and I'm hoping to have the time to be able to revamp those 2 patterns that I have, because I'm really proud of those patterns. I just want to, actually thinking about redoing them both in different yarns, and yeah, we'll see. So yeah, so that's my whip, my jean pullover. I think it's super cute. I can't wait for it to be done. Like I said, I really love this color blocking section in the back. And I will be making the half and half sweater, and I wanted it to be, because it is a more sweater to crochet, I really wanted it to be very budget friendly. So for my half and half sweater, I bought 2 giant hanks of, what is it called? Lion Brand's Pound of Love. And I will show you the colors that I chose that I'm super excited about. These are going to be my colors. One is that nice light gray, and then this really pretty blue. I thought these 2 would go well together. And each one of these hanks of yarn is 1,020 yards, and I estimated for the size that I need about 2,000 yards, so I don't have a lot of wiggle room.
Maybe I just won't make it as long, but I just said I'm just going to be super budget friendly with it. And I will tell you that this particular, the one with this label, this Pound of Love label, this one right here, is a lot thinner than some of the other Pound of Love hanks that you see out there, because they had these at Joann's, no, I'm sorry, at Michael's, and while these were 1,020 yards, the other ones were 852 yards, and that you could tell that they were significantly thicker, even though this is rated as a size 4 yarn. This actually looked a lot thinner than the older labeled Pound of Love yarn. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but I definitely am happy to have found 2 hanks of this yarn. 2 hanks of this yarn, because this will make my sweater. And I will tell you that because I had a coupon from Michael's, this sweater is going to cost me like $20 to make. I think that if you can get a sweater for $20 and you can get 2,000 yards of yarn for $20, you're not doing too bad. Plus, I also want to show that you can, you can make beautiful things with acrylic, and it doesn't just have to be blankets. The other thing I'll share with you is my awesome bag that I'm keeping my hanks in, which is this super cute Scooby-Doo bag. I'm a huge fan of Scooby-Doo. And I found this bag. I bought it from a lady that makes totes when I went to like a church charity thing. She had this cute Scooby-Doo fabric. And I've been holding on to this bag. I've never used this bag. And I thought, wouldn't that be perfect for those 2 giant skeins of yarn that I bought? So yeah, I will be working on, I'll finish up the jean pullover, because I don't think I'll be making full length sleeves on that. I'm going to make maybe like quarter length sleeves. And then after that, I'll get started on my half and half. Hopefully there will be no issues with the pattern, and I can show you my progress next time we see each other. So moving on from that, I wanted to share with you guys that More issue 3 is due to come out at the end of September, and I was going to close the pre-orders on my Etsy shop, but I will leave them open until Friday. If you would like to pre-order, I will put the order in probably on Saturday. So if you're still interested in ordering Morit stateside, I am happy to ship that to you guys. And if you get your pre-order in by Friday, then definitely you'll get it by the on-sale date. I believe it's September 27th. And if you want to preview, what's fantastic is if you want to preview all of the designs in Morit, I suggest that you go to the Keep Calm and Carry Yarn YouTube channel. Their last episode has Allison is showing off all of the designs in Morit for issue 3. The theme is cosmic, and the designs are really, really beautiful. There's a sweater there that Allison designed, which is on the cover. I don't know. I'm really attracted right now to the color blocking thing, and it's sort of like this duality of different colors of a gray and like a burgundy, which I thought was really beautiful. So might be making that soon. But yeah, if you're interested, hop on over to the Etsy shop. There's a link down below, and put in your pre-order, and then you can get Morit. And I happen to be wearing one of Allison's t-shirts that she designed. This is the cake ball and skein t-shirt. She has a link on her profile that you can click to order this t-shirt. I really like it. Yeah, so check out Morit, order it. It's got beautiful crochet. It is a beautifully, beautifully produced magazine. I can't say enough good things about it. So anyway, yeah, I'm trying to keep the episode short. I did promise you guys a little sample of the fiber and faux, and I said I was going to introduce a character on this episode, but I thought maybe I'll just tell you who the 4 characters are. So yeah, let's talk about some fiber and faux. For those of you who are new to my channel, I am working on a interesting project that I hope I can launch very soon. It is called Fiber and Faux, and it involves a fantasy story, some crochet patterns, and some artwork. And I thought I would introduce the 4 characters that make up this initial offering of Fiber and Faux. And our first character, our main character, her name is Luz del Cielo, which translates into light of the sky. She is our main character. She is our warrior in training. She has magical abilities. She's a crocheter. And so I'm really excited about her journey. And next up, we have a shape-shifting dragon. His name is Dragon. So creative, I know. He goes by Dragon when he's a dragon, and Lar when he is in human form. And he is a warrior. He is a protector of Luz, and he's actually someone really, really special to her. And then one of my favorite characters, which is one of the most difficult characters to actually write, is her best friend. His name is Cuervo, which is raven in English. And Cuervo is very special because he's also a shapeshifter, but he's actually a crocheted hat. So yeah, I know. So bear with me. So Luz actually crocheted a hat and embedded it with some magical properties. And those magical properties brought forth this entity of Cuervo, who becomes her best friend. So when Cuervo is not in human form, he's actually a hat that she wears on her head. And he's also battle ready and a protector of Luz, and like I said, her best friend. But he's a very difficult character to write, but really so much fun. He's a very gender fluid character, and that was important for me to have as part of his personality. But his pronouns in this incarnation are he, him. So you'll see Cuervo plays a big part in Luz's life. And then we have Malice. And Malice is also known as the Darkness, and he's our big bad. And he's actually a very powerful character, and the person that is at the opposite end of Luz. Luz is Spanish for the light. A lot of times I call her the light, and I call him the darkness, and those are the 2 opposing forces. And so those are our 4 characters in this introduction to Fiber and Faux. Does Luz know that Dragon and Lar are the same being? I don't know. You'll have to stay tuned. I am playing around with the idea that one of Malice's flaws is that he wants, it's not a flaw, it's just one of the things that probably contributes to his darkness, is that he's a wannabe crocheter. He just can't quite figure out how to crochet. So that sort of adds to his frustration and anger, that he is fascinated by crochet but can't quite get the hang of it. So yeah, I just wanted to share a little tidbit, a little
little taste of the characters in Fiber and Foe, and I'm really excited to get this out to you guys. Anyway, I'll leave you with that, and I will keep you posted on my progress with the 2 sweaters, and I hope that you guys will have a great week. We in the United States are going into a holiday weekend. Labor Day is Monday, so that means I get 3 days off, and I am really looking forward to getting my crochet on. Like I said, my wanting to crochet is definitely at a high level. I'm thinking about it, and I want to do it all the time. I crocheted way too late on Friday, and on Friday night, yeah, I stayed up all kinds of hours crocheting on my jean pullover, and I can't wait to finish that. So yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys. Comment down below, subscribe, like, do all that good stuff, and I will see you back hopefully next Tuesday. Okay, bye.